Hi, it's Dave T here, and if you're familiar with my videos, you'll be wondering what on earth I'm doing starting a video on a holiday trip with a cityscape in front of me. We had planned a trip all the way down through Europe to Croatia and back over 25 nights, and unfortunately our Fiat Ducato based campervan developed a transmission fault, so we're not able to continue with that. But because we've got red pennant insurance with the caravan club, then they are actually covering our onward travel in terms of transportation up to a certain budget, and our ongoing accommodation up to a certain budget, both of which are, I think, fairly generous and will certainly be able to work within them. So this morning, the van, we left it in the care of the garage we were initially recovered to after filling out a stack of paperwork. Watched a video that I'll link up here if you want to see more about that, because it is worthwhile knowing how that process worked. So we left the van, then got a taxi ride effectively to here, which is the capital of Slovenia. And we've checked into a hotel here and spent an evening walking around the town. It's a beautiful city, absolutely beautiful city. We're not spending that much time here because tomorrow morning we're going to the airport to pick up a hire car, and that's where we're going to continue our journey back through Slovenia, Austria, Germany, and then France to Paris, where it's easiest to drop the hire car off there and then get the Eurostar back to Blighty. So for now, it's getting night. It's beautiful night, beautiful city, and we're going to catch some rest and catch up with you tomorrow morning.
The next morning, with a couple of hours to spare before we had to check out, we caught the very touristy road train to look around Ljubljana. This really is an incredibly beautiful city, and we wished we had more time to spend there, but we had a hire car to pick up, so we checked out and ordered an Uber to take us to Ljubljana airport.
We've just picked up a rental car from Hertz, the taxi ride, pick up the hire car. The driver, absolutely fantastic conversation with him. I was telling him about the QSL video I'm making, and he was talking about what it was like growing up in the kind of last days of the communist system here in Slovenia and all sorts of stuff like that. Recommended we go to Lake Bled, which is on our way out of Slovenia anyway, so that is where we are heading for next.
So we've stopped at Lake Bled, and I've been driving autos for 10 years or more. The van's an auto, I've got Land Cruiser which is auto, so I haven't really driven a manual car in several years. And yeah, this hire car is a manual car. Deb has been doing a fantastic job, because basically she has literally been approaching a roundabout, changed down to third, now changed down to second, so she's been doing a sterling job. Needless to say, we've been kangarooing a bit this morning, but I'm getting the feel of it again. I'm sure we'll be fine. Right, we're going to have a quick look around Bled. It's a lovely park. We haven't got much time to spend here. Kind of quick look at Bled, the lake or the castle, and also to get some food, because it's getting on. It's about 2 o'clock or so, and we're starving. And then hopefully we'll reach our destination, which I don't even know where that is tonight. Don't fall over. Well, actually, I'm videoing, so fall over if you like. So after visiting Lake Bled, we had an interesting journey, getting used to the car. However, coming out of Lake Bled, it was basically very windy, going through little villages and stuff like that. Lots of cyclists, because it's very much a tourist kind of like sports area and stuff like that. So lots of cyclists along the lane, which is fine. I'm a cyclist, no problem with cyclists, but obviously you do need to stay behind them and wait till it's safe to overtake them. Queue of traffic behind me. I'm obviously still having fun and games with the gears and stuff, but on top of that, so you're driving on the wrong side of the road from our point of view as an English driver in Europe, but on top of that, now that we have an actual Slovenian car, which is obviously left-hand drive,
that basically means you're sitting on the other side of the car, and it's surprising how much it throws off your centerline position in terms of where you're driving in the road. So I'm getting kind of too close to the edge a lot of times. On top of that, then we have all of these cars coming the opposite direction who are like slap bang in the middle of the road and refusing to get over. Yeah, that was kind of hairy. But anyway, made it. No damage to the car, I hope. So while we were at Lake Bled, we ordered our food, and whilst waiting for it to arrive, we went on booking.com, chose an area kind of just into Austria, about appropriate sort of mileage, looked for some hotels, because obviously we haven't got a camper van, we have to use hotels. Chose pretty much the first or second one we found, which looked an okay area. This is the view from the balcony. I think it's like £200 a night for the two of us. Obviously way more than a campsite would be. But spectacular views, old-fashioned but good-looking hotel in many ways. All the services are clean and fine. And this whole trip was supposed to be kind of like unplanned and spur of the moment. I never thought that while sitting in a restaurant waiting for our food to be delivered, I would find, book and pay for a hotel that we were going to stay for that night. Normally I'm the sort of person that would pore over every aspect of it, read every review. So yeah, big difference for us. Obviously many of you watching this, if anyone's watching this, will be thinking about from a camper van perspective. But yeah, it's funny, you can just find somewhere, and around here, I mean, the views and stuff are spectacular everywhere, I guess. So we're gonna try and get some food probably later on in the bar. They've had a wake or funeral or something here today, so they're not actually, the restaurant itself isn't open. That's not a major problem, we've eaten at lunchtime. So tomorrow we press on up through Austria towards Germany. I suspect we'll stay in Austria this evening. Other than that, checking tomorrow. But yeah, this is very much taking me out of my comfort zone, but at the same time, I've been discussing this a lot with Deb, and holidays for some people are about relaxing, and that's fine, and holidays for some people are about just seeing different interesting things. I think to me, what's been missing and what holidays are to me is about stories, and yeah, I think we're certainly having some stories this time. See you tomorrow morning.
So despite everything that's happened, still trying to make the best and enjoy the remainder of our holiday. So here we are, top of the cable car at Bergen. There's a lake over there, I think it's Scheinsee. And yeah, it's been interesting this holiday because obviously it wasn't what we planned. But the second half is not what we planned. Hold on a second.
So I think I got cut off mid-sentence because where we were at the top of the cable car, basically there were a whole lot of people going with massive, great big kind of rucksacks on their back. And basically they were paragliders, so they were going up with the paragliding, like a parachute, on their back. And then when they got to the top, somewhere they were jumping off. And then they were like flying around, so one like flew kind of straight over us. So anyway, so that was a nice thing to do today, actually going up in a cable car ride. Hadn't done that in a while. Once we got back down, we then basically just looked up a hotel in the direction we're going, and we've come into this place. It's an old historic kind of farmhouse converted into a hotel many years ago, and they have a Michelin star restaurant in it. So we've just had like a really good slap up Bavarian meal in the restaurant, and feeling kind of full at the moment. The plan is tomorrow or the day after we're going to try and slow the pace down. because we've only got to think about 600 or so miles to go to get to Charles de Gaulle Airport. So we've got, I think it's 9 days to do it. So we've only really need to cover about 70 to 80 miles a day. So that's easy to do. So what we really want to do is find somewhere that's worthy of a 2-night stop where we can really look around and see stuff to do. So that's the plan at the moment. So we're going to catch some sleep, heading on tomorrow. Don't quite know where yet, probably decide tonight. But it's more or less the same as we were planning to do with the campervan in terms of like just plan as we go along. It's a very similar holiday, apart from the fact we're now staying in hotels and we've got a hire car instead of a campervan. But other than that, see you in the morning wherever we turn up. So just taking a walk down a local street in a town. I'll put in the title of what it is. And basically we were going to go to Ulm if we couldn't because of the sticker for the emissions on the car. So we stopped at another place kind of south of Ulm. Lovely kind of penthouse apartment in like an apartment block. And I think it was only like 150 a night or something, which for hotels around here is pretty damn good. And taking a wander around, and it's kind of it's just a small little town. A lot of the towns we've been to in Germany have been like ultra kind of like fine houses, and all of the gardens have been absolutely immaculate, and the houses have been immaculate. And not knocking this town, I'm sure it's a lovely town, but this is a bit more kind of realistic, if you like, a bit more what you'd expect from any normal town. So where you've got some nice houses and some not bad houses, but just slightly less well kept. But it's quite nice to walk through. Anyway, but it's Friday, but it's some kind of national holiday, some religious thing, can't remember what. So not everything is open, apart from there's an Alibaba Turkish restaurant there. There's a few different restaurants. So we're going to try and grab something to eat. But we're here for 2 days, but tomorrow we're going to get a taxi and go into them. So yeah, it's nice to see a bit of kind of like real world Germany. So the apartment has a little kitchen, and all the shops are shut because of that religious holiday thing today. So we managed to find a garage that was open, which was selling frozen pizzas. So I thought, buy a frozen pizza, because Deb said there was an oven. There's no oven, but there's a microwave, which is an oven, I guess. So I'm trying to understand the uses microwave. We think it has a grilling option. Pizza's not supposed to be microwaved. We'll see what happens. So it's Saturday and we're taking a day off of travelling, and we want to visit Ulm. Thinking of things to do in Ulm. There's a lot of historic churches and stuff. It's like a medieval town, I believe. So kind of probably a perfect place to plan a wedding. So that's the objective for today, is to plan and attend a wedding. And if you've seen episode 1 of our trip to Europe, you may know what I'm talking about. If not, get ready for something weird.
So Anna, how are you feeling today?
So Eric, it's the big day. What are your thoughts?
Ikväll blir det öl, eller hur?
Please don't go. Don't leave me all alone. I'm singing songs for a puppet about this girl I used to know.
So we're still in Ulm. We've found a perfect venue for the actual ceremony and everything for Anna and Eric, but we just need all of the stuff for the party for later on. So we're in a party shop now. That's what we're doing at the moment. We're sorting out all the stuff we need for a wedding party. So Deb, where are we going at the moment?
For a long walk.
And why are we going for a long walk?
Because you got off at the wrong station.
It wasn't me that said we need to get off. It's our stop, is it?
No, but it all looks the same. Now just got to walk.
Yeah, we got off the stop before ours. So it's an hour till the next train comes through, and it's about a 20-minute walk to the station, and then from the station we then need to walk back to the hotel.
And there's a storm coming.
Oh yeah, and there's a storm coming following us behind. So debating whether I should just walk fast and leave Deb to get wet.
It's harsh.
Okay, so this is one of the differences you find in different countries. So this is a children's play area. This is a footpath where you can access the children's play area. And this is a branch line for the train that we caught this morning. There's no fences, barriers, anything like that. So basically the train is literally driving through alongside a footpath. There's one, you won't see one now because one's just gone past, but it's odd from a British point. I don't think, with the exception of a railway crossing where cars go across and obviously pedestrians also go across, that's the only time you would ever get anywhere near railway tracks. But I am literally 4 meters away from the railway track here, with nothing in between me apart from a slight ditch, some shrubbery, and the ballast of the railway track. And it's just odd to me, and probably most people from the UK, how there's no division really between the railway infrastructure and the pedestrian and road infrastructure. But I hasten to add, this is a branch line, so you haven't got like a high-speed train coming through here. I have got a high-speed cyclist coming up, so let's stop now. Hello. We've been to supermarkets, got something to eat tonight, but then they haven't opened, so we're stuck here in the bus shelter we were at this morning, waiting for this rain to stop, because there's thunder and lightning all the way around us at the moment.
I knew you'd fit me like a glove the day I fell in love with the way you said my name. I know it sounds crazy, baby, try to understand me, please do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I knew you'd fit me like a glove the day I fell in love with the pictures in my head. I know it sounds crazy, maybe one day I could share them with you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I really don't mind waiting as long as it takes you. I've been searching for so long, so what's another week or two?
We pressed on this morning, did about 130 miles. We're pretty much at the border of Germany and France at the moment. A place called Bruchsal. You can look around the castle. It's got a museum of kind of automated music, so think music boxes, stuff like that. We're planning on staying 3 nights here because there's a few things to see around here. We're right near the centre in terms of the hotel, so it's easy to just get into the town centre. But for now, let's go and look at some music boxes. So it's Sunday, we keep on getting caught out, particularly in Germany. Sunday, everything shuts, often including the restaurants. So it's kind of difficult to get food if you haven't got any already. We have 2 rolls left over from yesterday, 2 cookies, literally 2 cookies, about half a packet of Biscoff biscuits, and some jam that we pilfered from breakfast this morning, and some Nutella, also pilfered. Oh, and 2 pieces of butter, also pilfered from breakfast this morning. Unfortunately, we don't have a knife. We're not very good at this. So the sup that Debbie and the family bought me for my birthday present is still in the van in Slovenia, and I got to try it once in Austria. Never been on a sup before, but got on with it okay. Wanted to really try it again. Obviously it's stuck in the van now, so we're in Germany and found a place where there's a lake where you can hire sup. So I've hired a sup this morning, been out on it for about an hour and a quarter or so. Really great fun. At least this holiday hasn't been a complete disaster in terms of not getting a chance to try out sup paddling a bit more. So this is our last day in Brussels. This morning, a little bit of shopping. Deb needed some new trainers. The one she's got of like split or something. She's got another pair with us, but of course it's in the van. So we had to pop out and buy some trainers for this morning. But at the moment, just enjoying the spectacular views here at, I think it's Michaelsburg. It's just a church on top of a hill, but it's a big tall hill and you can see for miles and miles. We're now in France. We're just around about the area of Nancy in kind of north-eastern France. Heading to Toul, got a hotel booked there. Following on from that, we're then going to Reims, where we've got another hotel already booked. And then after that, we're going to Charles de Gaulle Airport, Paris, where we've got a hotel booked. We're booking it there because it's slap bang next door to where the Hertz rental car drop-off point is, and that will take us to Saturday, where we'll be transferring from Charles de Gaulle Airport across town or into town for the Gare du Nord to catch the Eurostar. So overall, this half of the holiday wasn't what we planned, but I think we're making the best of it, and it's certainly it's much what we're discussing it. When things go wrong like this, it's much more of a story, and I think I've said this before already. Holidays, in many ways, are about collecting stories. It's not just about going somewhere to sit on a beach and relax. That's what some people want to do, and that's fine. But very often, especially if you're touring, it's about stories and the things you do and things you see, the people you meet. And weirdly, we've met and done a lot more things since obviously the problem with the van, which makes it more of a story. And that's good for you guys, I guess, watching, but it's also good for us because it makes memories, and it's challenging, but at the same time, there's certainly going to be a lot of stories and memories from this holiday. Anyway, we've just stopped for a quick break to stretch your legs, and now we'll press on. Hopefully we'll get to Toul kind of midday. Can't check until 4:30. They've got a bag drop off, and talk to you then. Arrived at Toul, outside the hotel. It is, what is the time? Because that will be important because we're in France. Okay, so it's 12:31 and the hotel reception is shut. No obvious buzzer or intercom you can press to get in or contact anybody. Haven't tried phoning them yet. We're right next to Toul railway station, so we can park in their car park, I guess. It seems to be free, maybe not. So yeah, typical French. It looks like they've gone to lunch. So right, park the car somewhere and then contact the hotel. Right, so phoned the hotel in the end, and it's like, yeah, we have a booking, we're at lunch. Park in the garage at the back. I'll come back to reception about 2:30, which is in an hour and a half, which is fine. So we're going to have a little look around the local neighbourhood. Quite nice. There's a little marina nearby, canal, a little bit industrial, but yeah, it's different. Right by the hotel, not right by, but 50, 100 yards away, there's a camping cars spot. So basically, had we still had the camper van, we could have stayed here, but thought we'd have a quick nose and see what it's like. But yeah, Air de Camping Cars in Toul, and this is what it looks like. We're in Reims now at the Golden Tulip Hotel, and pleasant night in Toul yesterday. We wandered around in the afternoon, looked around Toul, quite a nice little kind of classic French town. Grabbed a bite to eat in the town centre, a little French restaurant, and yeah, reasonably pleasant night's sleep. Very much an old school hotel, not like a corporate one or anything, but it was fine. This is a bit more of a corporate place, I think. We're gonna try and check in now. We're a bit early, and then pop into Reims. I think you can get a tram or a train or something like that into Reims. So I've got a very nice room for the night at the Golden Tulip Hotel. There's a swimming pool and spa downstairs, so I think I'll give that a try. Because we arrived early, spent the afternoon wandering around Reims, nice city. But other than that, we're just generally looking around now on that kind of wind down at the end of the holiday, because boy has it been one hell of an adventure. Tomorrow morning we'll leave here early-ish. We don't really need to because we haven't got far to go, but I want to get to Paris, get a shot of the hire car, get that off of our hands, and then it will just be hanging out in a hotel at Charles de Gaulle Airport tomorrow, and then the big ride home on the Eurostar on Saturday. So it's Friday, we're heading on the last stretch to Paris. We've only got about 50 or 60 kilometres to go. It's not far at all really, but we can't check into the hotel until about 2 o'clock. So Deb's going to get a coffee. I'm going to sit and read a book for 20 minutes or so. I'm basically going to string this journey out as long as possible. If we do see anything interesting along the way, we might stop and have a look at it. If not, it'll just be a lazy day travelling a short journey. So we've dropped off the hire car. Guy pointed out a dent in the dent or crack or whatever in the windscreen, but we paid for the extra damage waiver, so if it's a problem it's not going to be a big one. Now we just have to find a hotel, but we're about half an hour early anyway. Looks like we're waiting for the Eurostar. I can't say I'm that impressed. Security was a bit of a mess in terms of going through check-in and stuff, and also the signage to get to the terminal and everything wasn't that great. So yeah, certainly rather travel to Europe in a campervan rather than train or plane. About 1,1400 miles in campervan, and then about 1,200 miles ish in a hire car, and multiple taxis, Eurostar back, an Uber across town in London, and then a train back to our hotel or nearest down there. The majority of which is effectively being paid for under our breakdown cover. So as probably in a previous video I've already mentioned by now, essential that if you're going to Europe or even the UK really, make sure you've got decent breakdown cover with comprehensive insurance. Hope you enjoyed this video, found it interesting. If you have, then please hit the like button. If you're interested in other videos make, then please subscribe to our channel. But most of all, thanks for watching.